I guess for the morning, Abraham Amaleba is a member of the NDC's communication team, and we're privileged to have him. He's also a legal practitioner. A very good morning to you.
Good morning.
And Emmanuel Chiremantinge Jakun is a member of parliament for Ayawaso West Wuogon, former chief executive of the
I think
FDA.
this is so long past that it doesn't, for everybody, it doesn't resonate again.
It does. It does resonate.
I think what is important is that I should be described, I should be described as a
member of parliament.
I have the privilege of serving the good people of Ayawaso West Wuogon as their MP, and it is for me. It is.
And then he's going to be the candidate again.
In my constituency, we say at the whole plane.
At the whole plane, no.
It's obvious.
Takes advantage of that population in the university. So it's a big population. But let's look at this, though. What's happening at the NPP? At the NPP headquarters yesterday was still on fire the afternoon. Mr. Chiremantinge Jakun. And apparently, according to the news reports we got, the NPP's internal security, they call them the Invincible forces. They chase away supporters of a parliamentary aspirant, Ninoy Norte, who stormed the party headquarters Wednesday afternoon. And the forces apparently were wielding machetes. They went on rampage. They chased away party supporters as well as members of the media who had come in to lay siege to see whether they can get some information. And the party supporters had come to protest a potential decision they were suspecting by the party to rerun the Clotte-Colley NPP primary. But we also know that there's underlying fact that the courts of our republic had made a certain pronouncement. What do you make of all this? How could this have been better dealt with at the party?
Well, thank you for having me this morning. I am happy to be here. I'm glad to see my friend, Lawyer Malba. I want to tell him better luck next time.
For the Bolga Central Primaries.
For the Bolga Central
I didn't want to raise it, but it's good that you raised it.
Better luck next time.
Yes.
He realizes that it is not easy. I'm happy that at least from now, I think that
they'll better appreciate.
They'll better appreciate
the work that you guys do.
what it takes to clear those hurdles. Having said that, I will say a good morning to viewers and say that with this particular case, my only thing is that I want to appeal to party members that there's something called a due process. I am a Christian, and the good book of the Christians say that the wrath of man does not work the righteousness of God. There must be a decision that is taken on this matter. There was an election. One of the aspirants was not happy and went to court. The court has decided in a certain way. It is a court of first instance. If anybody feels aggrieved, I think that they can go on appeal, or that even if the National Executive Council makes a decision, there is a higher body you can appeal to. You understand me? To the extent that the legality is in question, we have not come, you have not, the cause is not exhausted. I think that as party people, we must begin to refrain from massing up and all of this. It does not help. It does not help our cause in any way at all. I had thought that there was some peace and quiet now, and then all of a sudden issues like this come up. I think that all party people must clearly understand that it is only when there are issues like this that it is news. We must endeavor, I think that as party people, we must all endeavor not to want to put ourselves in the news. It is not necessary. There is a huge battle ahead of us that we must fight. These are distractions. This is not comfortable news. This is news that make people that are on the periphery agitated. I think it was unnecessary. I think it was uncalled for. You know, why do you want to go and mass up? If the National Council takes a decision and you are not happy with it, there's recourse. Maybe, I don't know, I have no idea of what happened there. I think I was busy in Parliament yesterday. Maybe the Invincible forces also overreacted. But the point I am making is this. I think all of us as party people must advise ourselves that we will not do anything that will bring us into the news, that will bring us. Many good things are happening. Good. No news. They say no news means good news.
You're saying there are many good things that you can capitalize on.
That are happening.
You can create a needed leverage.
Yeah. So why do we want to do things that will put us in the bad lights in the news? The journalists are always waiting to hear and see something and bring it up. I think party people must advise themselves that we will not do anything to bring us.
You think journalists are bad people?
Oh no, I'm not saying journalists are bad people. I mean, but that's what you sell. You sell news.
Okay.
That's all.
We sell good news too.
Yeah.
As far as we're concerned, it's as if yesterday the first thought that came to mind, and for my friends in the NPP who may think that my comment is negative, is about every time we have to put at the disposal of the party resources of the states to make sure security is maintained. And you never know what's going to happen, as if that's their reputation, so to speak. It doesn't put the party in a certain positive light, does it?
Yeah, so let me say good morning to your viewers. You know, I have a fan club in Bolgatanga, so I need to say...
You do?
Yes, so I need to say...
What's it called?
Amaba fan club, yes.
Ah, really?
Yes, they are doing well. I inaugurated them last Sunday at the caterer's house. So good morning to them.
What is the object?
The object is to keep the group together and then to ensure that we vote for the NDC in 2016.
I see.
Yes.
But why must it be after yourself? Why are you creating?
Unfortunately, you are not the moderator.
Okay,
I
so
take that privilege away from you.
Yeah, so good morning to them. You see, let's call a spade and not a big spoon, as we sometimes, as Ghanaians, want to put it. The NPP headquarters has suddenly become an ISIS center. ISIS in the sense that each day you find that there are some pockets of violence, some so violent to the extent that you see blood all over the place.
Yes, there was no blood.
No, I'm saying that sometimes.
There was a car windscreen or windows that were shattered.
I said sometimes. It is becoming a security risk zone for Ghanaians, as the NPP headquarters has turned out to be. See, we would normally think that if there are few skirmishes, you can allow it to go. But here we are as a nation, always having to call on the security agencies to come and provide security at the NPP headquarters. This also is a drain on the national coffers. It is a drain on the national coffers. Another point is that on a day that the NPP were going to select their campaign team, you had this violence breakout. As we speak now, NPP, Nana Akufo-Addo has announced his campaign team, but it has been overshadowed by these events.
It's been speculated in the media. He has not formally announced.
No, I thought they announced that Macmino...
that's media speculation.
No,
media
I heard,
getting their sources.
They have debunked it?
No, the media got their sources, so sometimes you may call party people to corroborate, but there's not been a formal announcement, has there been? There
hasn't been a formal announcement. I think that to all intents and purposes, my understanding was that he was going to
do the announcement,
to mention it. I think that the inauguration, they will be formally inaugurated in Sunyani on Saturday.
Okay. So probably, I think that while they were at that meeting, something negative came to overshadow the meeting. That is bad. And I think that the invisible forces, it is about time that the national security swoops on them. I don't think that they have every right, license to engage.
You want the national security to get into the office of the headquarters of the NPP?
No, I'm talking about the invisible forces.
But they are the headquarters.
Yes.
Because
they are creating mayhem. In some instances, they are the cause of the violence. We cannot allow the invisible forces to be a security on their own, creating mayhem and causing havoc on the people of this country. Yesterday, we were told that the Toyota Haze or the Ovanda that was parked there was vandalized by the same forces.
And the one is not even a member of the NPP.
He's not. He only carried some people there who hired his services, who are NPP people, to the place. Once he was about to turn, the invisible forces attacked and damaged the vehicle. They are becoming unruly, and I think that they must be brought to order. We cannot continuously say that because it's political party activities, you can hide behind political party and create mayhem. I think time has come for national security to ensure that the invisible forces are brought into line with what their objectives are. They are supposed to be a private security agency. They are not supposed to take the law into their hands. And I'm thinking that it's becoming one too many for the invisible forces.
Are they a private security agency?
That's my understanding.
Or we seem to have informally formalized them, so to speak. Because,
no, but
because they've been given names.
I understand that they have a license, but we need to check on all these things because there are private security agencies all over. I want to believe that they are one of them. But again, other private security agencies don't engage in those acts that invisible forces are engaging. And I think that time has come. Else, we are going to breed impunity, and to the extent that the invisible forces can then turn themselves into another security that would be causing mayhem to the people of this country. I think that time has come. But the MPP, for me, I do not think that their troubles will end now, because looking at events, I do not think that. I thought that having lost their seat at Amenfi, they will be doing a self-introspection and trying to see where they have gone wrong.
Well, they said they've actually done well, inched up as far as the votes are concerned, done considerably well, considering the fact that your party rather dwindled its votes and
you know
its
what?
count.
When I lost the seat, people called to congratulate that I have done well, I have narrowed the gap. I did not go into that election.
So you're saying a loss is a loss?
I did not go into that election to narrow gaps. So is the MPP. You were not formed. MPP was not formed to be narrowing gaps. MPP was formed to win elections. And if you are not winning them, 2 by-elections have come and passed. You've not won. So I do not think that you can take consolation in that. A loss is a loss. Even if it is one, it's a loss. Lick your wounds, come back to the drawing board, and stop attacking each other.
Okay, we have to move on to another side. But
well,
the last round of questions,
yeah.
Whatever it is that you want to say, add to this. The point is, for the issues about political parties and their supporters and rank and file, there seem to be, and I'm talking about NPP and NDC, and even if they're the smaller parties also have the same difficulty, there seems to be some level of intolerance and some level of a trigger all the time for the supporters of whoever are within the parties to just flare up for no means at all, and not following due regulations of the political parties they claim to be sympathizing. How do we clamp on this?
First and foremost, let me say that I didn't expect anything else to come from my colleague here. He's obviously.
You're saying that he's milking.
He's obviously speaking from a very jaundiced position.
Jaundiced position.
Yeah, and he from what he says, it is his hope and expectation that the once in a while flash points don't go away. I think that he believes it's a news to his party's benefits. But he said something that I can completely agree on, that, for instance, in that National Executive Council meeting, I want to believe that the flag bearer was going to talk to the national executives about his plans and his team. Very good news, very positive news. But this unfortunate incident completely overshadowed a huge forward step we were taking, you know. So therefore, I go back to the point I am making, that yes, again, the good book of the Christians will tell you that everything is allowed, but not everything is helpful. If some of the party people in Korle Klottey felt aggrieved, it is not always that we must march to the head office. It is not always that we must mass up. You know, I think that we must all just follow the due process. If they hadn't done this, and the National Executive Committee takes a certain decision, they have recourse. They certainly have recourse. Okay, but I think it fits in very, very well with what you have just said. There seems to be short tempers on both, in all the parties now. I mean, this is not a peculiar NPP thing. In NDC, even with their elections, we are still hearing of
even in Klotekole itself, people are not satisfied.
Yes, absolutely.
Have they taken cordials?
You see, so I think that in the run-up to the elections, everybody's fuse is going to go short. But then it is imperative that I think the parties, particularly those that administer the parties, must clearly realize that politics is a very emotive exercise, and that for any decision they take, they must clearly understand that some will like, some will be aggrieved, and that my hope is that, particularly for my party, those in charge will be fair, they will be firm, they will be consistent, and then we will get there.
Well, it's good that he brought the issue about those in charge. Who do you think, and we've been consistently saying this for months now, can just be the Moses, put his rod in the sea and make the sea still?
I'm reliably informed that even the Invincible forces don't have a license, and I think that the Minister of Interior should be looking up to this and try to find out why they are even existing.
Well, the party is entitled to take whoever to be its security.
Yes, but I'm saying that they cannot take the laws into their hands. I just want to correct that they don't have a license. I've been reliably informed. Now, see, there is only one person who can bring order in NPP. And that person is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Well, we're talking about an executive headquarters for which people misbehaved. It's got nothing to do with the flag bearer.
Yes. Let me tell you
in your benefit if you keep mentioning the flag bearer.
Yes. Let me tell you that by his actions, Nana Akufo-Addo is the one that is causing these problems in the NPP.
Oh, that's not fair. He doesn't know the rank.
Now, see, it was Nana Akufo-Addo's comments that led to the removal of Ajepong as well as
can you put him to strict proof? Can you put Amaba to strict proof?
This is the comment.
You are the member of the party.
This is the comment.
What comment did he say?
Before the two of them were suspended, Nana Akufo-Addo was seen in newspaper holding his face. We shall crush.
That was a newspaper.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
He didn't specifically say that.
It has not been debunked. Now, he said
he didn't specifically say that. I remember the day they did that publication.
We shall crush
intruders. It's not fair to him. He didn't say that.
No,
and he was not quoted as saying that.
No, but it was quoted that he said we shall crush.
And we know the reasons.
Wants everybody in Ghana to say that because the newspaper reported it is gospel.
Now, having said that,
I expect better from you.
And we know the reasons why the two were suspended. I think that's the
following those statements, the two were suspended. Now, why am I saying this? You have a leader who seems to be intolerant and is not ready to work with people who do not share his views.
That's what you think.
I'm speaking from my perspective, what I've seen about the NPP. I'm not here to say things that will please Ajako.
But you have to say things that are real.
They are real. They are real. Now, it takes a leader to be able to work with all sides within the party.
But this has got nothing to do with that Nado Dankwa.
Which one?
The incident happened yesterday.
But this incident is a continuation of the chaos we have in the NPP. You cannot isolate this incident from the numerous chaos that plagues the MPP. That the MPP is plagued with.
Just wind up on this one.
So you can't do that.
I'll give you 30 seconds.
So you ask the question, who in MPP can bring order in the MPP? And I'm saying that the person who can do that is Nana Akufo-Addo. If he stamps his foot on the ground and says that I am prepared to work with everybody, I'll bring everybody on board, clearly I think there will be law and order. But as it is now, by his nature, by his conduct, I do not think that the MPP, the Nana Akufo-Addo is ready.
There's a group that's calling itself Pressure Group Citizen Ghana Movement, which is suing the Prime Minister.
Respectfully. I was saying that you should put Amaba to strict proof. You see, I think that it's unfortunate that a lawyer of his standing will say that a newspaper said it. because a newspaper said something, then it is a gospel truth. Secondly, I think that the NDC has a pressure for just wanting to demonize, but it is understandable. He is the
demonizing who?
Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He is the opponent. I'm not the opponent. I'm not the one that is going to come onto the ballot paper as presidential candidate. So that even if the matter, like you are right, like you just said, in this particular instance,
it's got nothing to do really.
What is Akufo-Addo's locus in this?
But he says it's a spillover. It's because a volcanic eruption has not been stopped from flowing, and so the lava is still around.
Let's face it. I think that you must be able to weave a very fine thread through all of this. Why does this thread connect to any of the things? Why does this thread connect to, for instance,
has been in chaos?
We have not been in chaos.
Ever since you left Tamale.
It is not true.
It's not your point.
It is absolutely not true. We have had our challenges.
Okay,
but hasn't the NDC had these challenges? But of course, I can agree with you.
Look at this.
There are more pressing. There are more pressing.